decided to do my presentation on the destructiveness of war. And I kind of wondered how it affected people and what people have to do in times of war. And for those of you who are wondering, this photo is a picture of Syria and the bombings of Syria. And so the two books that I read were Monkey Bridge and Slaughterhouse-Five. Monkey Bridge takes place during the Vietnam War, and Slaughterhouse-Five takes place during the World War II. In both books, authors create a lot of chaos for the reader by jumping from time period to time period. And I believe that they did that to replicate how wartime life was like. And so May, the main character in Monkey Bridge, lived in Saigon, Vietnam, and then eventually moved to the United States to flee the war. And as far as her heritage goes, it's pretty mysterious. They don't really know, she doesn't really know a lot about her ancestors, but what she was brought up to believe that her grandfather, Ba Quan, was this really righteous and very holy man, very traditional Vietnamese man. But all of a sudden, when they're trying to flee the war, he disappeared, and nobody really knows. So May tries, towards the end of the book, tries to sort of figure out what happened. And for what Ba Quan had to do was, he had to join the Viet Cong, the enemy of the United States, and he had to sell his wife into prostitution to ensure his family's safety. So May, the main character, is actually not even related to Ba Quan. This is just one of the things that people have to do in times of war. Now, we're all familiar with Kurt Vonnegut's famous phrase, "So it goes," in Slaughterhouse-Five. It's sort of repeated, it's very repetitious. When Billy Pilgrim endures something horrible, he just says, "So it goes." That's just his way of shrugging off the atrocities of war. Now, Kurt Vonnegut was actually a prisoner of war in the slaughterhouse in Dresden. He was in the slaughterhouses when the Allies dropped 4,000 tons of bombs on Dresden. And when people interview Kurt Vonnegut, and in the book, when Kurt Vonnegut talks about Dresden, he actually is speechless. He has nothing to say about Dresden. Now, during Billy Pilgrim's stay in Dresden, the main character in Slaughterhouse-Five, he believes that he was abducted by aliens. Now, this is kind of a form of PTSD. This is his fight or flight instincts kicking in. He used this abduction to flee himself from the atrocities of war. Now, talking about these fight or flight instincts, we're going to apply some psychology. The lower part of your brain, the reptilian brain, is responsible for these instincts. And we inherited one very, very harmful component from the reptilian brain, and that component may just destroy humanity. And that component is tribalism. Tribalism is the root of all causation of war, where one group of people believes that they are better than the other, and then they engage in hostility without recognizing any humanity. So, sorry guys, but war's not going to go away anytime soon.